the United States was not always powerful. In fact, at the beginning, America was weak, divided, and struggling to survive. Few people could have imagined that this small group of former British colonies would one day become the most influential nation on Earth. Yet today, the United States dominates global finance, military power, technology, culture, and politics. So, how did this happen? How did America rise so fast while many great empires collapsed? The answer lies in history, geography, timing, and strategy. America's journey begins in the late 1700s. After gaining independence from Britain in 1776, the new nation faced enormous challenges. There was no strong army, no stable economy, and no clear national identity. The early United States was poor compared to European powers. But one key advantage set America apart: freedom to design its own system. The Constitution created a stable political structure that allowed power to change peacefully. This stability became the foundation for future growth. Geography played a massive role in America's rise. The United States was protected by two oceans, making foreign invasion extremely difficult. At the same time, the land was rich with natural resources: fertile soil, rivers, coal, iron, oil, and timber. These resources fueled economic expansion and industrial development. While Europe fought endless wars on shared borders, America grew safely behind its oceans. The 19th century marked a turning point. The Industrial Revolution transformed the United States from an agricultural society into an industrial powerhouse. Factories, railroads, and cities expanded rapidly. Millions of immigrants arrived, providing cheap labor and new ideas. Innovation became a national culture. American inventors created technologies that boosted productivity and efficiency. By the late 1800s, the United States had one of the largest economies in the world. Another key factor was expansion. Through purchases, treaties, and wars, America expanded westward across the continent. This expansion increased resources, markets, and influence. While controversial and often violent, it helped build economic strength. By the end of the 19th century, the United States was no longer just a regional power, it was emerging on the global stage. The real transformation came in the 20th century. World War I was America's first major entry into global conflict. While Europe was devastated by war, the United States benefited economically. Its factories supplied weapons, food, and materials. When the war ended, America emerged stronger, wealthier, and more confident. But World War II changed everything. This war was the single most important event in America's rise to superpower status. While Europe and Asia were destroyed, the U.S. mainland remained untouched. American factories operated at full capacity, producing weapons, ships, planes, and vehicles. Millions of Americans gained industrial and military experience. When the war ended, the United States controlled nearly half of the world's economic output. After World War II, America used smart strategy. The Marshall Plan helped rebuild Europe, but it also created strong allies and new markets for American goods. The U.S. dollar became the world's main currency. International institutions like the United Nations, World Bank, and IMF were shaped by American influence. The global system itself was built around U.S. leadership. Then came the Cold War. The rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union defined global politics for decades. America invested heavily in science, education, and military technology. Space exploration, nuclear power, computers, and the internet all emerged from Cold War competition. While the Soviet Union eventually collapsed, the United States emerged as the sole global superpower. Military strength became another pillar of American power. The U.S. built alliances across the world and established military bases on nearly every continent. Its navy controlled major sea routes. This allowed America to protect trade, influence global security, and project power far beyond its borders. Economic dominance followed. American companies became global giants. Hollywood shaped global culture. American universities attracted the world's brightest minds. Innovation in Silicon Valley transformed how the world communicates and does business. Technology strengthened America's influence without the need for force. Yet power also brought challenges: wars, economic inequality, political division, and global criticism followed. Still, no country has matched the combination of military, economic, cultural, and technological power that the United States holds. So why did America succeed where others failed? It wasn't luck alone. It was geography, timing, resources, political stability, innovation, and the ability to adapt. America learned from history instead of being trapped by it. While empires rose and fell, the United States evolved. Today, the future remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: America's rise to superpower status is one of the most remarkable stories in human history. Understanding how it happened helps us understand the world we live in today.